I love this stuff. Thanks, whoever sent me that, because it came anonymously. Thank you. I love that thing. That's cool. But happy Saturday. Good to see everybody. We'll wait till the computer comes up here. My screen. You guys can hear me, see me. What do we got? All right. There's my screen. I can see me. That's a good thing. And I forgot. Okay. Nothing I can do about that. All right, let's see. Lorna, Crazy Prepper, Linda, Jacob, Robert, Harbor Prepper, Undercover, Von Mousetrap, Pennsylvania Mama Bear, Ed, 10K times 10K. There you go. Cute. All right, so you guys can hear me. So, all right, first, the elephant in the room. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations on 100,000. Though I kind of find it funny that you're congratulating me because it's all you guys. It's not me. I'm congratulations to 100,000 of you that have awakened in the last few years. Some of you guys have been doing this a lot longer, but and said, hey, you know what? Maybe this prepping idea isn't as crazy tinfoil hat wearing wacko as I thought. Maybe it's a good idea. So the congratulations actually goes to all of you for getting with the program. I guess that's a good way of putting it. So, the funny thing, I'm going to give you this, and I do keep track of this stuff, is it's not the only 10K, or I'm sorry, 100K that we're about to celebrate. This may blow your mind a little bit. We are very close on this channel alone to giving away $100,000 worth of prizes so far since the channel started. Which I think is really cool because that means that there's $100,000 worth of stuff, prepper stuff, because I'm not giving away ladies' lingerie and that sort of fun things or video games. That is in the hands of the people who actually want it and will actually put it to use. So just a tip, there's a couple more things coming this coming week, so pay attention here. You might find them fun. So we'll see what's going on with that. The big news, and you know me, I've got this good habit of finding stuff that's put out there but really slipped in that nobody can notice. Our hosts here on YouTube changed policy yesterday. Okay. I want to read this. This is directly from the YouTube official blog. Okay. We first instituted a provision of our elections misinformation policy focused on the integrity of past U.S. presidential elections in December of 2020, once the state's safe harbor date for certification is passed. 2 years, tens of thousands of video removals, and one election cycle later, yes, I can attest to videos removed. We recognized it was time to reevaluate the effects of this policy in today's changed landscape. With that in mind, and with the 2024 campaigns well underway, here's the important part. We will stop removing content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches occurred in the 2020 and other past U.S. presidential elections. This goes into effect today, Friday, June 2nd, yesterday, obviously. I get a kick how they threw in their advances false claims. But putting that out there, in my opinion, admits they were wrong. Okay, let's just leave it that way. And you can figure out the rest of that stuff because I'm still going to tiptoe through the tulips here with it. So very interesting that all of a sudden backtracking, we'll wait till they backtrack on the other policies too, when they finally admit that those are wrong too. But yes, the liberal narrative, of course, is going boom, blowing up right in their face. I guess there's more criminal how do you want to put it? Criminal complaints against the potato in chief coming out this weekend. So there's now stories that he and his family have accepted bribes, okay, from at least, get this, 50 different countries. That's nearly 1/4 of the world. Okay. Congratulations, Joe. We thought Barry was bad. You are a world-class grifter. You know, between Bernie Sanders, Vladimir Zelensky, and Joe Biden, Joe, you're up there either gold or silver right now. You know, and I hate to tell you this, but there's no worries about, geez, a guy in a girl's dress or something like that. You got it no matter what gender you are. Okay. So, yes, but all right, well, I guess we'll move on. But, welcome to day 3 of the Groomer Awareness Month. And we will continue on there. You've all seen what's going on with Target. That's kind of fun to watch them implode. Got a kick out of the fact that one of their top executives came out and said, all this over one item, yeah, a tuckable swimsuit. Who the hell has ever heard of that before, right? If that's what you think this is all about, then you are still clueless there, Mr. Executive, because this isn't about some swimsuit. This is about promoting mental illness, and that the majority of this country wants nothing to do with it. Of course, on the bad news side of things, we've now heard that a federal judge overturned Tennessee's law as unconstitutional, banning drag shows for minors, writing that it was too vague. So basically, Tennessee needs to get with the program here and rewrite the law the same way Florida wrote the law, and then we can move on. So kind of go there. So for all of those of us in Tennessee, just be prepared that, these mental midget fruitcakes are allowed to be in front of your kids at the moment right now. So thank God school's out, but, check with your daycare and make sure that there's no men in dresses, or men not in dresses is more likely. So, all right. That's kind of the gist of tonight. It's a little fun. It's uneventful around here today. I pulled my failed garlic. I got marble-sized garlic that freeze basically trashed them. So I got basically different shapes of the same cloves I planted last November. Christmas just toasted them. So it's all right. It's what happens every gardener, guys. If you're growing things, there are going to be years where things don't come up. Okay, that's just life. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I've been gardening. I got more than 20 years of gardening under my belt, not consecutively, but yeah. And I have failures every year. Something doesn't work. Woof. What are you woofing about? So don't feel bad if something fails. It happens to all of us. So even though I don't need green beans, I've got an early open spot in my garden. I'm like, I'm not leaving the garden go fallow right there. So I went out and planted green beans. I'm gonna grow more damn green beans. Just can them and put them away. So I hope everybody likes green bean casserole next year. We'll be eating a lot of that. All right, let us get to the Q&A, the fun stuff. I figured that you guys probably have quite a bit on your mind tonight. So not that that's going to surprise me, but I'll go over this just for those of you guys that are new here, because obviously we've got a whole bunch of new people. Just like every other YouTube channel, guys, if you've got questions for me, please put them in all caps. It just makes it a lot easier for me to find the questions. There's, I don't know how many of you guys in here. I can scroll down real quick. What do we got in here right now? 1,300 people. Okay. And we got dogs barking. Sorry about that. Copper shush. So, yeah. Hey, it happens, when you do it live. But, yeah, if you got questions for me, put them all in caps. Just makes it easier for me to find it in chat. As for what I demand of everybody, ain't much. Just treat each other civilly, okay? I don't mind disagreement. It's fine. It's the being an asshole that we have no patience for around here. So if your intent is to be rude, please leave. Because if you don't do it, we'll do it for you. So, all right, so let's get into Q&A here. But there's been a couple of super chats I wanted to acknowledge. Leo's wife, 93. Thank you for the congratulations. Joan S., thank you for the super chat as well. And Brandy, how about this is a question? How about the choir in Washington, D.C. stop singing the Star Spangled Banner? D.C. police might offend someone. I saw that briefly on Twitter this afternoon. Yes, I'm back on Twitter. My jail time is over. Not that there's a whole lot of excitement coming out of me over there. Usually it's just me to be snarky to liberals, so I love picking on Joe Walsh and Stephen King, AOC, Bernie Sanders, that sort of stuff. So, dose of reality. But yeah, I saw that, and then I've also seen stories that it didn't happen, but I've seen videos where it looked like it did. It's like, really, of all things to stop, the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem, really? Liberals, I still laugh all the times of, them screaming, you're a fascist, whatever it would be. There's not a single freaking liberal in the world that knows the definition of fascism. Because if they did, they'd look in the mirror and go, holy crap, that's us, So, yeah. We're anti-fascists and we're liberals. It's like saying I'm a man and a woman. Oh, wait a minute. They do that already. Never mind. Scratch the whole thing. Okay. Let's get into questions. Let's see if I can figure out how to use my computer. There we go. Let me get to the top. All right. Let's see what we got. Mike Luce went to an orchard and picked a whole bunch of peaches here in Arkansas. I'm glad you're getting them over there because, like I told you, Georgia's having an absolute crap crop. Okay. Was it the worst was Georgia the worst since 1932 or something like that, the worst peach crop? I mean, I know 2 years running. I mean, I've got some peaches on my tree this year. But last year, we had a late freeze. Killed out as soon as the tree had bloomed, freeze, poof, no peaches. So that was... This year, I've got some. Still, I think the tree's 4 years old. I've probably got a dozen or so peaches on the tree. Tree's 18, 20 feet high, but it's still a young tree. Krista, thank you for the super chat. Congratulations. I try to do what I can do. I appreciate everybody's help. So, the fact that y'all come to watch me, like I said, there's plenty of YouTube channels that never make it. We all know that. Anybody that starts anything in life, the chances of you succeeding are slim, okay? I am very humbled by the fact that y'all come watch me over watching whoever else or whatever else. It reinforces the fact that I think what I think of myself. It's like, okay, ethical, moral, honest, common sense. And you guys you guys make me stronger, better as a person because of the fact of showing up. And I thank you all for that. So tells me that I'm not a complete Looney Tune, that I'm not a liberal. Lisa, thank you for the super chat. Congrats on 100,000. Started yesterday listening to 1 second after. Good. Well, okay, you said you read it years ago, but glad to listen again. Really eye-opening. One of y'all suggested I get a book this morning. What was it called? Hang on a second, I'm going to look at it. And I looked this up, and supposedly this is a really good series. I guess it's like 7 books or whatever. I got to look it up. Hang on. I'll tell you what it is. It's something that you might want to check. But I looked at reviews on this book, and it was excellent. Goodbye. No, that's not it. I'm sorry. Tomorrow. Boy, I can't. My eyes are shot. The Borrowed World by Franklin Horton. A couple of you people recommended that to me first thing this morning. And so I ordered the first book. And you can listen to it on Amazon for free or whatever. I'm one of those people. I want the hard copy. I enjoy reading a book. Okay. I know how to read. There's the thing, it's like these kids now, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to tell time. I don't know how to tie my shoes. And what do you mean I've got to write something with a pencil? So, yeah, so that was one recommended. So I'm going to read that. I'll tell you guys how it goes after I get through the first book, everything. All right. Let's see. T-Birds, the giveaways are impressive. They're me trying to help you guys. You guys know, I mean, every YouTuber has companies that come to them and say, review stuff. And I mean, you guys know I get crypto and lingerie and God knows how many video games. It's like, everything like that. But when a company comes and they have something that is a valuable prepper tool, I'll do it. Now, you guys know my terms with these companies. Okay, they've got to do a giveaway. If they're not, I'm not one of those people who goes, "Hey, cool, send me one. I'll keep it for myself and tell you to buy it." Okay, I'll tell you if it's good or not. Whether you want to buy it is up to you. I'm not going to push you on it. But I'll be damned if I'm going to do something for them and not be able to give it away. And some companies are like, "Oh, we can't do that." Great, then go off to another channel because you're not going to be here. So, first and foremost, everybody has to remember we are one big family and we got to take care of each other. So, and that's my way of doing it. So, there's stuff that you guys miss out on. I mean, I had one, somebody wanted me to review a robotic lawnmower. I'm like, yeah, okay. So how do you figure this one's going to go? I live on 3 acres. A robotic lawnmower's got a 12-inch path. So I've been mowing my lawn for the last 11 days and it's finally done. Yeah, go out and, consider one of these. Okay, first off, mowing lawns doesn't have anything to do with prepping or teensy-tiny. Yes, you still got to do it. But yeah, I mean, if I've got a little plot of land like our 1/9 of an acre plot that we had in Vegas, okay, that might have been an idea. Okay, not that it took me 5 minutes to mow the lawn. Uh, but yeah, that I try to, like I said to you guys many times, I'm not trying to just waste your time watching videos. I try to bring you guys stuff that is worthwhile for your prepping journey, and that includes the giveaway. So trying to help. So I'm hoping it's helpful. I know that was a long-winded whole lot of nothing. Bob C, congrats. You do so much for this community, and we all appreciate it. The funny thing is, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and it's not something that I wouldn't do anyway. Okay. I mean, I go through and comb what's going on in the world all the time. Just the fact that after I learn the story, I put the information together and then I tell you guys about it. Yeah. I mean, the time still has to be spent, but it's not like I'm making a full-time job out of being on YouTube. Yeah, it takes about 4 hours on average to do one video. Okay, between the research, putting it together, if there's any editing, but it's very important to me because I want to see a lot of us make it through this mess, and if I can help with my experience or any knowledge I have, I will. But you guys know me on the other side of that too. I'm out watching other people's stuff because they know a whole bunch of stuff I don't. So, one thing, YouTube's a great educational tool, but you got to look at it this way. You got to be willing to learn. If you just want to go in and bitch, okay, that's what Twitter's for. You want to go learn, you can get on YouTube. Kelly Hill, thank you for the super chat. Pinball, name your favorite movie and favorite band, unrelated to your typical content, but I enjoy you and I'm just curious. Love your channel. Kelly, I'm betting you're relatively new to the channel. And let's see, Kelly, watch the comments real quick. Gang, what's my favorite band? Put it in the comments. Let's see if it comes up. There we go. Okay, yep. No, somebody got it wrong. Who the hell said Aerosmith? Aerosmith's my favorite American band, yes. But yes, they're AC/DC. Everybody would know AC/DC is my favorite band. Aerosmith would be my favorite American band. Okay, so I got those two. I guess I'll give you that. How many of you guys remember what my favorite movie is? Let's see if you guys can put that one up real quick. There we go. Bill got the Bill Carlson. No, I'm sorry, I think it was Kit Carlson. I'm trying to read off the phone. Teeny tiny eyes. So yes, my favorite movie of all time was Shawshank Redemption. Which the funny thing is, I can't stand Stephen King. I think he's a piece of shit. But it's a good movie, and that would be it. But there you go, Kelly. It's funny you asked those things because I think I used both of those in last year's Christmas trivia. So, but thank you for the super chat. There's a little fun for you. Uh, all right. Llama Mama, by far my favorite channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Craig Cooley, congrats on 100K. I remember when I became a sub back in 2020 and you had 1,600 subs. Yeah, that would be, I think we started the channel. When did I could go back and look. Uh, I started, actually, the first videos I ever posted were December of 2019, but I started posting regularly in October of 2020. So yeah, you've been here damn near since the beginning, 1,600 subs. I remember when I hit 10,000 and Mrs. P and I were like, oh my God, can you believe 10,000 people actually listen to this? Here we go. So yeah, it's like, listen to me, not listen to what I'm saying. It's like, okay. Lori Knits for Fun, thank you for the super chat. Congrats on the 100K. Thank you, and God bless. Okay, thank you very, very much. You guys know all this basically gets thrown into the Christmas giveaway fund anyway. So this sharing the wealth with everybody who has some fun. If you guys weren't here for last Christmas, I know a lot of you are. I always come up with something different to do around Christmas, and we have different giveaways and crazy stuff that we do. So last year we had a whole lot of fun with it. We were doing pinball trivia. Now I don't know what we're going to do this year. It's May or June. I haven't figured out what Christmas is going to be, but that was fun last year, giving that stuff out. Jules, if you were giving away ladies' lingerie, I'd question your version of preparedness. Well, it would be the new, LGBTQ preparedness channel. Yeah, no. Sorry. Not happening. Let's see. Okay. Wanda Anthony, what about future posts they disagree with? Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you're going back to the YouTube stuff. Who knows? I mean, that's the thing with YouTube. We never know. It's like they change a policy and then go back and look at videos 2 years ago. How many people did you guys hear about that had strikes that were given for year-old and 2-year-old videos? We changed our policy and went back and saw your video from 2021 and we're giving you a strike for it. It's like, really? I mean, I've done just short of 2,000 videos. If they change a policy right now, I can't go back and watch 2,000 videos. I don't know what's in what. It's sometimes here, y'all know what that means. So Prep Rebel, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for all you've given us. We truly appreciate you and Mrs. P. And I say this totally sincerely, guys. Mrs. P and I truly appreciate all of you guys too. Okay, you guys are what makes this fun for me. Sometimes you make it a pain in the ass, but most of the time you make it fun. Milo on the ready, thank you for the super chat as well. Now you have 100K because you put out information that's useful to all of us. I try. Okay. Some videos are better than others. It depends on what's starting to run through this squirrel cage. I get up in the morning and it's like, all right, what am I going to talk about today? What happened overnight? Yada, yada, yada. Is that important? Is this important? And that's what I'll talk about. Sometimes, like the cardboard box idea the other day. I'm breaking down cardboard. I'm like, why the hell haven't I ever talked about all the uses I have for cardboard? I'm like, this is a good idea. It's like, all right, put the video up. You guys appreciated it. So it's always funny because sometimes I make a video and I go, oh, crap, that's got to be one of my worst videos ever. And then everybody's like, oh my God, this is a great video. And then I've got other videos going, oh my God, I hit it out of the park with this video. And it's like, nobody wants to watch it. You can't figure it out. So it's all, that's what makes YouTube as a creator real interesting. There is no roadmap. People say, how can I be successful on YouTube? I have no freaking clue. Okay. The only thing I can tell everybody is be yourself. If you're yourself and you're an interesting person or an entertaining person or an intelligent person or something, you got a shot, but nobody knows. It's just, I don't know. Let's see. You guys are having fun tonight. I appreciate that. I could use some. A Cushnet Prepper. I liked the video today on the grid down situation. It was funny because if you guys remember last Saturday, somebody asked me, can I do a video on an EMP situation? And I said, there's not a whole lot that we can do because there's never been an EMP. I mean, everything would be speculation. And then, of course, I read this last night, this DHS memo, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm like, all right. And again, y'all know about reading 1 second after or whatever. And, we're going to talk about reading Patriots or anything. I mean, there's good stories on this. I'm going, all right. So either the folks at DHS went and read 1 second after and go, you know what, this is real. Or one of the congressmen who's been in Congress for 40 years goes, you know what? I remember talking to this guy. You know what? He was right. But I still got a kick out of CBS News trying to spin it, going, right-wing extremists. Gee, that's not what the DHS said. And like I said this morning, please show me a right-wing extremist. I can't seem to find any stories on any of them. I can find tons of Antifa and BLM and Clintons and, those kind of extremists. But, yeah. Linda Engelin, hello, Pinball. Can watch you tonight. Putting extra vents in my new hen shed and building the run. There you go. I'm wondering if that's can't or the typo in there or whatever, unless you put a computer, internet connection for your hens. There you go. That would be fun. Potato Dude is corrupt. Maybe it ain't that the truth. I mean, I don't know how anybody doesn't see it at this point. I mean, conservative, Republican, libertarian, Democrat, socialist, communist, Satanist, whatever the hell it is. I mean, if anybody can't see Joe is corrupt, you got blinders on that are 14 miles long. H, where did you go to get the discount for the ham radio study course? I don't remember. I was looking, I looked for a review page on ham radio courses, because I mean, I'm one of those people, I want to see what other people think of stuff. All right, that's just me. I never like, hey, that looks cool, let's get it. You go, well, I paid $79.99 for it. And then you find out that's a piece of junk. The $49.99 one was better. So I go read reviews on anything I get. And so I don't remember the code I gave you before, but it was, A1C reviews or something like that, and that was the code. So just if you go in and look for a review page, it's on the first or second page of a search, and then there was a sidebar on the right with a whole bunch of writing in it, and one of the things was a code. So that was all I remembered there. So, all right. Okay, scrolling on down. Lorna, there's an interesting question. What was my favorite video to make since I started this channel? Oh, God. Now you're going to try to make me remember all 2,000 of them at the same time. Okay, I can give you this. My favorite two videos are either the Halloween one I did in 2021. Okay, and I know not many of you guys have seen that, but if you go back to Halloween in 2021, that's me dressed in a Halloween costume reading my take on "'Twas the Night Before Halloween," or the video that I made, God, was it maybe about a year ago, where I kind of spoofed, okay, you caught me, I'm an FBI plant. That the ones where I just be totally silly, those are my favorite ones to make. Okay, I'm not a comedian or anything like that. I've got no problem making a fool of myself, but the most fun ones to make would have to be one of those two. When I can get a little creative and make people laugh, especially with all the crap we've got to put up with day to day, that makes me feel better too. So, Lisa, another thank you again for the super chat. Thanks, Mrs. P, for sharing Mr. P. Hope to meet you someday in person. Favorite pinball video: making Applejack and making wine. Okay, maybe I don't know if there's an AA live stream after this, but so no, I'm kidding. Uh, yeah, those are yeah. Some of my DIY videos are fun too. You know, how to do something that is not normal. But then again, that's me. Milo on the ready, thank you for the super chat. Right wing extremist is the guy that missed his deer and hit the power tower that fell down. There you go. No, I think that right wingers are a little better shot. It's the liberal who's got a rifle that goes, if I cut it here, which end does the bullet come out? Because I've got my 50 caliber clip. Yeah, okay. No, I'm not too worried about right wingers missing the deer. Okay. Richard Claypool, I don't have any audio from you. Okay, I have no idea why. Maybe turn the volume off, turn it off mute, because apparently everybody else can hear me. Scrap metal racing. Glad I have no kids. I'm glad. Mine are my one is an adult. At least she can understand what's going on in the world at this point. Royal Lioness. Walmart sent me a Pride Month sale email. Do they not think that this isn't going to come back and bite them? That there's not going to be somebody that's going to go storming into Walmart or storming into any store and go, what the hell is this crap? Is this, companies need to stay out of this sort of stuff, in my opinion, okay? Their whole mission is, like any business, to make money. Pissing off your customers is not a good way to make money, especially when you go, gee, let's see, 99% of the country is straight. Okay, let's piss them off so we can go after that 1% market share that we might not have. Go for it. Target stock is seeing what happened when you do that. Bud Light, they're seeing what there's. Bud Light can't give the beer away. Okay, people don't want it for free. If that'll tell you what's going on. Jack Daniels is losing market share like crazy. Kohl's is down. I mean, pick one. Disney? I mean, they're putting out flop after flop after flop. They're losing money on every movie they put out. It's not a good marketing strategy. Somebody in the corner office needs to go, you know what? Maybe hiring 30-year-old marketing managers is not a good idea. Von Mousetrap, the only tuck I ever saw when I actually rolled down the stairs. Good. Okay. Autumn West, what do I think about survey flights? You're going to have to be more specific on what you're asking about. I mean, I'm not quite sure what you mean on survey flights. Buzzard Prepper, what height should I trim my onion tops? Okay, by now, depending on where you are. I mean, this is always the hard question because I don't know if you live in southern Florida or northern Maine. Once your onions are in the ground, you really should only need to trim them one time. Okay, plant them in. When they grow up, and get about a foot high, cut them back so you got about 6 inches above the ground, and then leave them. Okay, don't give them another haircut or anything like that. You got to let them go at that point, because for a lot of us by now we're well into the bulbing stage. Onions have 2 stages. They have the greening stage where they're growing all the scapes, and then they have the bulbing stage. Okay, when the scapes then fall over, that's when it's, how do you want to do it? It goes like this. You get the crimp there at the top of the bulb. That's when the onion's done. That's when you harvest it. So, but yet one time once they're in the ground, cut it to 6 inches. You're done. Scrap Metal Racing, thank you for the congratulations and thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Let's see. Blessed Girl, congratulations on reaching 100,000 subs. Well deserved. It's well deserved by all of you guys. Like I said, more people waking up. That's what makes me happy more than anything else. Nanny D, how do I preserve the garlic for long term? Garlic will store pretty well for 5-6 months. Just make sure you dry your garlic, everything. Then we put ours in an old nylon, and that, put it in a stocking. Put it in a stocking, tie a knot above it, put the next one, tie a knot above it, put it in. You can braid them, you can do whatever you want. Mrs. P also likes to pickle the garlic. Now, you're not going to use pickled garlic. Pickled garlic is a snack, guys. You're just eating it straight. A lot of people don't want to do that. Mrs. P loves pickled garlic. I think it's pretty good too. Last year she pickled about half our garlic and it was gone in about 2 weeks. She just sit there with a jar and just eating pickled garlic. Uh, but usually once you dry it out, garlic will last you about 5, 6 months. You will see some of it will start to sprout. You'll see little green tips come out of the end of it. Great, because after about 4 months and you see green tips coming out of it, you know that garlic is not going to stay long. Well, gee, when are you supposed to plant your garlic? Somewhere around Thanksgiving anyway. Hey, it's got green tips coming out of it. That's when it's going in the ground. So learn the plants, and you can learn how to keep propagating from the same ones. Okay, saving seeds, saving garlic cloves, whatever it would be. Lucky Dame, keep it family friendly. Like I said, PG-13 around here. That's it. Your 6-year-old does not need to be in a room with me around. Okay, Leo Wife 93. Do I trim my blueberry and raspberry bushes? If so, when? You should trim them in the winter, late winter, early spring. Okay. Now remember, they're different too. Blueberries, you're just getting rid of some dead wood or whatever it would be. Raspberries, you've got to remember that raspberries grow very differently. You have 2 years worth of canes. Okay, like my raspberries now. Right, I have all the branches that grew last year. Those are the ones that are fruiting this year. The branches that are growing this year, the green wood, if you will, you won't get any fruit off of that this year. That's next year's fruiting wood. This year's fruiting wood, cut off, discard, throw away come January, whatever it would be. It'll never fruit again, okay? It will be dead at the end of this fruiting season. The wood on raspberries fruits one time and dies. So, but prune them in the late winter. Going hot. Got a new load-bearing armor vest for my wife. Not very romantic, but practical. Yes. Not exactly what you go, look what I got you, honey. It's like, was it a chastity belt? But yeah, no, practical, definitely. So, Donna Charge, a lot of my carrots are woody, have had plenty of water. Any ideas? Did you leave them in the ground too long? That would be my guess. You got to know what your maturity dates are in carrots. A lot of them are around 70 days or something like that. If you start leaving them longer than that, they're going to get woody. If they get too big, they're going to get woody. So just know what type of carrot you plant. Like I got Imperators and Danvers carrots, and those will get anywhere between 7 and 10 inches. Okay. If I try to let them grow bigger than that, sure, I may have pretty carrots, but they're going to taste like crap. So we're trying to grow food, not win blue medals. How many times have I said that? Lisa McLeod, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for just being you, and thank you for being the head of the family. Yeah, I'm the crazy Uncle Joe. So, yes, but thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying hi, Copper. That tells you how far behind Copper was barking, a half an hour ago. Leanne Crochet, gotta love it. Pinball, have I ever read the book Alas Babylon? I've heard of it. No, I've never read it. But I have heard of it. So, I mean, there's a lot of books out there that, have to do with Armageddon, the end of the world, whatever, prepping. I have a tendency to read ones that when I get around to reading, okay, usually winter is more of a reading time for me than summer because I can stay outside till 9 o'clock at this point. But I have a tendency to read the ones that have a lot more ideas in them on how to overcome a situation than just ones that explain the situation. Uh, Like-minded, Taylor Swift is proud for friendly. Good for Taylor Swift, you know. Anybody that's, what is she, about 40 years old now and still thinks she's a teenager, okay, not exactly all upstairs. Okay. Personally, I think her songs suck, but, you know, it's not like, you know, let me see, what am I going to listen to, AC/DC or Taylor Swift? I get your feeling that you understand why her music is not something that I select. Doesn't fit into the genre that I listen to. Uh, Scott McHugh, couldn't agree with you more. Everyone who voted for the debt ceiling agreement, vote them out. Yep, I agree with you. Absolutely. Every freaking single one of them. If they're your representative, if they're your senator and they voted yes this past week, do not realize. I don't care if they're a Republican or Democrat, whatever it is. Certainly don't go, well, gee, you know what? I've always been a Republican, but I'm going to vote for the Democrat. No, you know, write in Donald Duck or whatever. You know, forget it. Write in your own name. Write in your mayor's name. Something like that. Something that, you know, you can say, yes, I voted, and it wasn't for you. You know, Milo again. Uh, is AC/DC Mistress for Christmas a real Christmas song? Well, it's a real song. I don't necessarily know I'd call it a Christmas song, but yes, it's a real song. Uh, that's not something I'm playing as we're sipping eggnog and opening presents. Uh, Florida Boys Shuffle. After we get our preps together, how do we protect them from a house fire? Okay. The thing you got to remember is this. You never want to store all your preps in one place, okay? And that doesn't mean storing it in your bedroom, the kid's bedroom, and behind the couch in the living room, okay? You want to have them, if you have the ability somehow, in multiple places. You know, maybe some of them are buried in the backyard. Maybe some of them are out in a shed or whatever, because there is no 100% safe, secure anything. There are people, we've seen them on YouTube, who have lost all their preps in a fire, lost everything. You know, the house burned down, preps are gone, whole 9 yards. There really is, the best way prevention is to diversify where you have them stored. That's it. Because my shed could burn down, my garage could burn down, my house could burn down, something could happen. But different things are in different places. I wouldn't lose everything. You know, that's it. You know, you're not going to go into your pantry and go, honey, quick, the living room's on fire. Okay, get out of the house. Hang on, I got to go into the pantry. I need to grab those 200 cans of raviolios. You're not getting out of the house with it, okay? You know, grab your wallet, hopefully you've got some sort of little firebox that's got your house deed, car titles, marriage certificate, passports, cash, whatever it is. You can get out of the house with that and go, okay, 1 kid, 2 kids, 1 dog, 1 wife, box of important papers, rest of it, insurance, take care of. So, Big Kid 71, simply amazing how many less people are on when you're not giving anything away. Let's see, what do we have right now? We have 1,600. Okay, this is somewhat hard. I mean, we've had some of the giveaways where when we've had a live stream, we've had over 3,000, barely over 3,000, but usually it's high twos somewhere. And it will be, and I understand this because a lot of you guys explained this to me and I didn't understand it before until you explained it to me. But I know there's a couple of you who basically say it at the beginning of the live stream is, oh, okay, the live stream is about to start. I'm going to get off the computer, plug the computer into the TV and sit in a recliner and watch. Okay. So it's hard for me to tell. There are more. There are people that just come for the giveaway. I don't think it's more than a couple of hundred, because knowing that fact and that the numbers aren't that different, but I can't really tell you because I understand there's some people who are like, all right, I can't keep up with the chat. And so I'm just going to put it on the TV, sit back, you know, have my bowl of popcorn and my sweet tea and watch the live stream. So Some, yes, but I don't think it's a big majority. Steve Sams, how long do you think spam will last? Longer than we will. Spam is one of those forever foods. You know, you open a can of spam from 30 years ago and it'll taste exactly the same as one that was made yesterday. And I'm not kidding. Gizmo, can I plant three different varieties of elderberries together? Absolutely. You want them to cross pollinate. So, again, remember what you're using elderberries for. They're going to flower, and then my elderberries are flowering already, believe it or not. And then they're going to give you the little berries. You're using those more for medicinal purposes than, making elderberry jelly or something like that. So you're not overly concerned about the taste, like when you cross a tomato or something like that. Oh, gee, this is an Amish paste tomato versus a beefsteak. Now do I want those to cross? No, I don't, because it may come out crappy or whatever. Elderberries, you're using it for medicine. It's going to be different. So, Ewok Jerky, thank you for the super chat. Spam doesn't expire. No, it pretty much doesn't. So, Dr. Data, how many acres do I have in a garden? My total garden space, my total vegetable garden space is about 2,200 square feet. Okay, and I pretty much densely pack my gardens. So, and I also multiple plantings in a year. Like I said, I just took out my garlic. I'm planting beans in there. My peas will be done. Something else is going to go in after that. My first set of cabbage has already come out. Tomatoes are in those rows right now. When the tomatoes are getting near the end, probably about the beginning of August, I'm going to plant a second row of cabbages in there. By the time the cabbages are up, tomatoes will be done. They won't compete. So, I keep my gardens moving. So even though I've got 2,200 square feet, I probably plant 3,500 square feet a year. Let's see who I got here. Doggone beautiful nails. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I like the name. That's cute. Especially if they're dog nails. Paint your dog nails? I'd kill Mrs. B if she did that. Let's see. If she's watching, she's probably start doing it right now too, just to make me laugh. Let's see. Oh, Angry Preppers now. So what's up, Jason? All right. Well, you were half an hour ago. So good to see you, buddy. Let's see. Where else are we? Prep Prep Rebels. Spam will be the savior of the food world. If you're hungry, you'll be grateful to have it. Unless, of course, you're Jason, who said there's no way in the world he's going to eat spam. And I've still put money on it. In an SHTF situation, he will eat spam. Perky's prepping for the Christmas fund. And congratulations on 100K. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Cool Breeze Cottage. How deep in the ground should you dig a food storage cold cellar in a suburban setting? Well, it depends on where you live. Okay. You need to get below the frost line. That's it. Now, for me, my frost line is like 4 inches, so it's not hard. So, I just go the depth of those trash cans. If you live in upstate Maine or something like that, or North Dakota, you're going to need to dig quite a bit to get down there, because otherwise, if you're within the frost line, you're going to put potatoes in there, or turnips, or apples, or carrots, and they're just going to freeze. So you need to get down below the frost line. So that's the first thing you got to find, is where your frost line is. Jason, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. That's funny. Okay, so let's see. Crap. Milo already. Jason will eat spam. We won't have YouTube to prove it, though. He'll carrier pigeon us somehow. Some way he will tell us, guys, I'm going to do it. I'm eating spam. Somebody said, and just shut up, Pinball, what about turkey spam, the original OSUG? Does it taste like the original pork? I've never eaten turkey spam. There's a lot of those spams I'm not going to eat. Give me regular spam. That's all I want. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that actually like spam and eggs. I'm not a big fan of spam sandwiches, but spam and eggs, something I got very used to in the Army. I liked it. You know, gotta have hot sauce, but don't knock it till you try it. Ah, Gigi the backyard herbalist. Jason, I have bacon spam now. Yes. Uh, I there we go. Sunset. Jason's gift for a future spam purchase. Mrs. P and I talked about it last year at Christmas time. I was so tempted to send Jason a can of spam for Christmas. I couldn't figure out a way to ask for his address without him figuring out what I was up to. Okay. Wait, I'll tell you, YouTube is just messing with me in here every time I get there. KP Heathen, chemical plant on fire in Cameron, Louisiana. That's not good. That must happen just recently because I didn't see that this afternoon. All right. Kit Carlson says it doesn't taste like turkey at all. That doesn't surprise me. But spam burritos. Yes, there's something else I've had. Of course, it keeps shooting me to the bottom. I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing it. Who said it? If I can find it. Jason, nope. For you, I dig spam burritos. Yes, I've had spam burritos. They are really good. Uh, just laughing. Doggone beautiful nails. Yes, I do nails for dogs and people. There we go. KS1 Big Dad, spam and eggs with Frank's hot sauce. Okay. I'm more of a, my tastes have gotten a little bit more refined. I'm more of a Cholula guy now. But yes, Tabasco or Frank's Red Hot was what you carried with you in the Army. You know, was it Hillary's joke? I'm always carrying a bottle of hot sauce with me. You're in the Army, you carried a bottle of hot sauce with you. Anybody's ever eaten MREs, and I will tell you this right now, guys, if you have MREs in your preps, you need to go to the store first thing in the morning and go get hot sauce because otherwise MREs are not edible. Just they aren't. Sunset. If Jason eats spam, it'll make national news. That would be it. Doomsday Preppers special. Angry Prepper eats spam. Let's see. Original like there you go. Nice catch. Taste great or less filling. Tastes okay. Yeah, still got calories in it. Michael Eversberg, pinball turkey spam is great with sauerkraut with Tabasco sauce. Okay, I've never had spam and sauerkraut. Got them both. Never thought about combining them. Be an interesting. I could see how it might be good. Jason, I bet you don't eat sauerkraut either. Garden grower, I'd rather eat the bugs Biden has for me. I'll tell you what, you eat your bugs, I'll trade you. I'll trade all the bugs you want for your spam if we get that far. Richard Claypool, Cholula is the best hot sauce ever. Thank you. Yes, Cholula is in my preps. I mean, to tell you, I've got bottles of it because there's some things that we like. I know you guys are going to be. You're going to go, my God, you eat this stuff. One of the best meals Mrs. P makes is chicken livers and mashed potatoes. Okay, it's absolutely delicious, but if I put Cholula on it, it takes it to a whole nother level. It's just awesome. But yes, and I know you guys are going, oh my God, chicken livers, who eats that? Okay, yeah, beef tongue, things like that. Don't knock it till you try it. MREs taste like paste, no flavor. I'll give you that one. Spam and KS1 Big Dad spam and rice with Frank's. Yeah, I've had that before. Original us, try Yingling Flight Beer. It's a really good light beer. Usually I do, except when I bought this, I was at a real little convenience store that was just here in town, and literally they have Bud, Coors, and Miller products, and that's it. So I didn't get any. I mean, tiny little lakeside convenience store. So, yeah, no, it's not. That's not a normal purchase. Addicted to learning. Thrips have infested the cucumber and squash flowers. How to eradicate? Uh, the best thing I'm going to say is get neem oil and spray it with neem oil. That's uh, probably your best bet. Leanne Crochet, Cholula, is that the hot sauce with the bird on the label? I, I, all I can tell you that the label is somewhat of mustard yellow, and I want to say it's got a woman on the label. I don't pay attention to it. That I know what the bottle looks like. I just grab it and move. I want to say it's got a woman on it. I'm not sure, but it's Cholula. Elaine Pruden loved the cheese spread in the MRE. Yeah, the ham and cheese one was you got the cracker, the slice of ham and the cheese, and if you made a sandwich out of that one wasn't bad as long as you had hot sauce. Stacy Boyd, does Mrs. P have any more recipes? The cream chicken soup is off the chain. Uh, yes, I know, and I keep telling her that I need to, and her and her camera shy, so it may be that she's got the recipe and I have to do the cooking. I still want to make a kroshka, which is a absolutely delicious summer. It's a cold summer soup, which is really good. I still got to show you guys how to make pelmeni. And there was something else that we talked about the other day, another recipe. There's a couple. I know it's been probably near a year since we've done one. It's just me trying to convince her to get on camera, guys. That's the hard part. 9:56. Here we go. C. Ayers, pepper plants aren't growing at all. Any suggestions? Uh, Turn the sun on. My guess is peppers like very warm weather, hot weather. I mean, now here it got to 90 today. Peppers are going to love that. But, 60-degree temperatures and stuff like that, peppers don't go anywhere. All right. The peppers need near high 70s to low 80s before they're going to really do anything. So they need hot weather. That's the fact that we've had such cold weather, cold spring. That's probably why. They'll catch up. Don't worry about that, but just be patient. Uh, Super Dave, Mrs. P can be the unknown chef like the unknown comic. Yeah, I could see Mrs. P trying to cook with a paper bag over her head. Remember the Gong Show, guys? Most of us are old enough. We remember the unknown comic on the Gong Show. God, see, that seems like forever ago. Okay, now I'm trying to get do. Did I actually get to the end tonight? I got to the end tonight, and Mountaintop Preps didn't make a comment. He usually makes a comment late in the day and always picks on me that I never get to his comment. I got all the way to the end, and you didn't give me any snarky comments today. You never win. Here's something. Crystal hot sauce has a good flavor, made in New Orleans. Okay. I mean, there's a million of them out there. I've tried some, but Cholula is by far my favorite. Kay says, where does one buy chicken livers today? Haven't seen them in years. We were in Walmart. And they were there yesterday when we went to the store. So, yeah, I mean, that's not, you can still find them whatsoever. Milo at the Gong Show. Yes, I mean, only on this prepper channel would a reference to the Gong Show be made. Oh, you guys have definitely made me laugh tonight. I appreciate that. Michael Eversberg, pinball. Well, in the Marines, we always packed Spam and kippers with Tabasco sauce. Yeah, I remember when we were at the NTC, I remember taking cans and cans and cans of sardines with us. Yes, I like sardines too. Just because you wanted something that had some taste and some protein to it. Thomas Salter, I do stock Spam for people's hard times. I don't eat it myself. Hey, it's going to be, you think that's not going to be a barter item? Here's a portable can of meat, that you're not giving away a canning jar or anything like that. People, meat, I don't care what it is. Got any Cholula? Angela Land, Gene the dancing machine. Oh my God. Lucky Dame, can we gong this administration, please? My McIntyre, does Mountaintop Preps have a channel? No, they do not. Healthy Disrespect, do I have a favorite Mel Brooks movie? Either be Blazing Saddles or History of the World. part one, not part two. And let's see. Garden grower, I got spam everywhere. I'm running out of room. Seriously, what do we do? Eat some of it. There you go. And let's see if I can get one more because we're going to be at 10 o'clock any second here. Is there another one? I don't think we have another question. I think I got through everybody tonight. Holy crap. All right. Well, guys, it's 10 o'clock. I thank you all for the support. I welcome everybody that's new. I thank you to everybody that's been here for the long haul. Next stop, 1 million subscribers. If I'm around for another 10 years, we'll see. Have a good evening, guys. Pinball out.